All right, guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus.
Welcome back, family. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to another episode of the Media Hijack Podcast. Before we get started, if you guys want to get some official Media Hijack t-shirts like this one right here, head over to MediaHijack.com, grab you some official Media Hijack t-shirts. And also, if you guys want to catch a replay for this live Twitch video, we are here every Tuesday on Twitch at 6 p.m. You catch the replay on YouTube the following day at the Media Hijack. And then don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, give us that 5-star frog splash. Let's go.
Do it.
All right, let's get started. Before we get started, I saw a video on Instagram where a girl, she was saying, you know what avocado tastes like? You seen this video?
No.
She said, avocado tastes like clean dick. And I was like, what? She's saying it tastes like a clean dick. So I was like, damn, man, I like avocado. I eat avocado all the time. And when she said that, I was thinking,
slices, right? She's talking about like a slice of avocado.
Yeah, just like you're eating avocado, like raw avocado.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what dick tastes like. So,
well, since I'm like, I eat avocado all the time. I was like, damn. I guess this is what clean dick tastes like.
This is...
Bob in the chat says I always be on some gay stuff. Yeah, I was like, yeah, because I was gonna say, hey, any ladies in the chat? Like, is this true?
Ladies, Katie Long, I see you in there trying to hide. What's up?
Because like, if it's not true, right? They be eating dirty dick the whole time.
Probably more than clean.
Yeah, because like, I never had avocado dick before. It's like, yeah, you had the nasty dick, the dirty dick. Dude, we got Katie Long in the chat. What's good? It's been a
Katie
while.
Long. I saw you chilling in the comments. What's up? Good to see you. Shouts Jeremy.
Bob says I should ask Jeremy since he stayed buying it. Dude, normal people eat avocado, right? You eat avocados, Chris?
I do. I just started liking it though, man. For years, I thought it like, especially guacamole. I was like, oh, it looks like baby poop. So I didn't eat it for years. But I think I've been eating for about like 10 years now, and I think it's great, man. I like it. I never thought about like no clean dick.
Yeah, I never thought of that, but it's still gonna be in my head now. But I always just eat it like raw, like with especially with protein, like beef and stuff. Mm-hmm. It goes good together, man.
Okay.
All right, let's get into this imaginary. Okay, the main topic, we're talking about imaginary friends. And, you know, we're all old now. Like, did you have an imaginary friend, Chris Unholy?
Oh, man, I didn't have an imaginary friend. I had imaginary friends.
Whoa, with the S.
It was a gang of us. It was like 5 of us.
That's plural.
We used to walk the mean streets of Mountain. Yeah, I had like 5 imaginary friends, dude, when I was growing up.
God.
I had 5. I was pissed when my parents took them away. I was so upset. But yeah, I had like 5 imaginary friends. But like the main one I had was like this stuffed tiger. Because I have a very big imagination, but I suck with names. So all their names were just very bland. So I had like a tiger, stuffed animal tiger that was named Tiger.
Okay.
Sometimes I call him Mr. T.
Mr. T.
For sure.
That's appropriate.
But yeah, I had him back when I was like, that was like the first stuffed animal I ever had, like ever. And then when I got to Georgia, of course, I got some more growing up. But yeah, I was like upset when my parents took away like at 5th grade. I was like, why would you do this to me? Why do you hate me?
Why? Yeah, I never had an imaginary friend. Like if I did, I don't remember it. Anybody in the chat has an imaginary friend? Man, I don't think Bob has. Like she would have told us by now.
Man, I used to have conversations with them. Like they this time they ended up in a wash machine, sometimes in a dryer. And I'm like, hey, how was it? And then they would tell me how it was inside the dryer, and I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, it was stars in there. Like
this is why, dude. Because I remember like you in high school, you would draw all these Marvel characters or superheroes.
Yeah, all the time.
That shit.
Original ideas. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna create this dude named
Yeah. So
Starboy.
your whole storyline, it all matches up. Like, would you have an imaginary friend to like the time I knew you in high school? It makes sense. Like, I guess a kid would
And
have
now,
to have imaginary friends to be that creative.
and now as an adult, I like writing. So it's like, oh shit, he has an imagination. Because to me,
Yo, they're
writing is like,
behind you right now, dude.
like,
They're
like,
behind you
like,
right now. All five of them.
they like got their hands on my shoulder, like,
The
like that's why
butterfly
like
hug.
that's why I like writing to me because like I like writing because I think it's like playing with action figures, but in your mind. It's like it'd be frowned upon if you're a grown ass adult playing with toys, but they can't tell me what I can do in here. I can think
Right.
of
What
all
are they gonna
crazy.
do? Tell you stop thinking about that?
Right? You gonna throw me in jail, motherfucker.
Stop
So
thinking
yeah,
about that.
but yes, I grew up with imaginary friends, man. It was such a good time. I was pissed when they got taken to the Goodwill. They didn't even get thrown out. My mom took them to the Goodwill.
Damn. That's some Toy Story
And then
shit.
there was some I still had even through high school, but they were just on display. I didn't really talk to them anymore. They were just kind of there. Sometimes I'd be in the room playing video games. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'd be like this. This is like my teenage years. But then when I joined the military and I came back, my mom got rid of all my other shit from high
All
school,
of them.
including those comic books. It's like, yeah, I give it to the Goodwill. And I'm like,
For a goodwill.
fuck, man, I want to give it to my kid or something, man. Like, come on.
Too
You
late.
don't know.
Too late. Too
Oh,
slow.
man. Not even with somebody else's family.
Kate Long says, I remember foster homes for imaginary friend shows.
Me too. Great show. That was such a cute show, man.
I
Good
don't
show.
remember that show at all.
It used to come on Cartoon Network back in the day. This is like we was still in high school. It came on like after the whole Toonami lineup. It would come on like at maybe 6:30,
Shit,
7.
we didn't have cable like half the time, so like my childhood was
Damn.
like fucking, I don't know,
Oh, no, oh, no, this is like in high school. Did you have cable then? Like Dragon Ball Z and stuff?
half the time we did.
Okay, yeah,
Half the
I was on
time.
that then. Yeah, I lived on Cartoon Network when I was a teenager. That was like my shit. Cartoon Network and MTV. That was like the
Yeah,
two back and forth channels I had.
yeah, we had cable for like a little bit, but I remember like a while we didn't have it. Yeah, I was struggling to stay in the loop. You know, that's why I was like the weird kid. I was like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Look,
All right, let's get
like,
started. All right, so imaginary friends. All right, so a story I came across on Instagram. I don't know if it's true, but they said in 1962, a psychologist allegedly noticed something that was impossible. So they said that 37 children from all different families, different schools, and different towns, none of them have ever met. They said every child drew the same imaginary friend. How possible is that? If this is true.
what are these like psychic kids? They got all the same friend.
Yeah, or they all have like an imaginary field where all their thoughts are collected in this one spot.
Damn.
So, like in the drawings, they drew like a tall, thin figured, identical facial structure in every single sketch. Same clothing they describe by children who couldn't even read yet, but the clothes was all the same. And then they named it all the same shit, which was like the visitor or Mr. Nobody. What would you name like your imaginary friend that you don't even know?
Oh man.
Not Tiger.
Django.
Django. Yeah, that's a good one. That's mysterious, like Django. Like, is the D silent?
Is the D silent?
They're like,
what is
what? He
going
was like,
on?
you know there's a D in the spelling?
The D is silent.
That's when you know
The
you're
D
in the
is
same
silent.
frequency.
The D is silent, hillbilly. Like it's just
So like adults, they were terrified. And the reason why they were terrified, because like the parents reported children describing the figure before being asked to draw it. So before they even asked them to draw, they already drew the whole shit already. And then they said that the kids claimed that their friend came at nighttime and stood in the doorways. Every single,
Just chilling.
37 kids say when that figure came to visit them, they did it at nighttime and they saw them in doorways.
Mm.
Does that remind you like of a story?
Uh, if anything, maybe the Michael Jackson episode of South Park. He was like trying to climb on the bed with Carmen. That's honestly the first thing I thought. I was like, "Dang, he about to climb on the bed like Michael Jackson from South Park."
Yeah, that'd be scary. But to me, it
That'd be
reminds me of like
horrible.
the Hat Man. You ever heard of that?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the Hat Man. They visit you. They see him in this little top hat, looking like Lincoln, but it's like really
yeah. Right,
tall and
right.
slender. And he floats
Looking all
into your
crazy.
bedroom. You can see his feet and everything.
Mm.
Yeah. So like several children
Man,
said like they all saw like the same shit. The little tall, slender man with the top hat. I was like, damn, they saw the Hat Man. Have you
the
ever
Hat
seen the
Man.
Hat Man?
I feel like I have, man. I remember his face looking crazy or some shit. I may have. I was the other thing I was thinking of too, honestly. Recently with Stranger Things, the recent season they just dropped, like this whole like the series got crazy with the whole Vecna thing. And they're showing like, hey, like he's been appearing to a lot of kids in his town as like their imaginary friend, but they've never met each other. These kids have never met each other, but they all have the same imaginary friend throughout the town. And one of the kid Will, one of the main kids, his sister has an imaginary friend called Mr. What's It. I think
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
character's
yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah.
Mr. What's It. And there's like, oh, this other kid in town too has the same imaginary friend as Mr. What's It. And there's actually like that evil dude from the Upside Down who's like psychically talking to these kids to draw them all towards the
Yeah,
Upside
I think
Down.
like the whole Stranger Things lore, it really came from a lot of true stories from a lot of other stories about kids with imaginary friends, which are not imaginary.
Right, right.
Okay, so like a child psychologist, supposedly he collected all of the drawings, claimed like the similarities were statistically, I can't say that word, impossible for these
Statistically.
children to come up with the same drawing. So like files were said to be archived and later they said it disappeared. There's no official records that ever surfaced about this whole story about the kids, the 37 kids that drew the same drawing of the same person that they saw.
So no records of it at all.
Yeah, which to me, I was like, red flag. It's not a real story.
Yeah. Mm,
But
it
I
never
think
happened.
like the story, it was real, but there's too many like people that made up a whole bunch of stuff about the story,
Mm,
try to put legs under it, like 37 kids, 1962, blah blah blah. They try to put dates on it. They try to put a number of kids. They try to put a school,
mm,
to give the story some legs. And
something. Right, right.
I'm not saying like it's not true. I'm pretty sure this happens. It's just we just don't know like official stories of stuff that really actually happened. Because how can you document this stuff? Because like when I was a kid, there's like some weird shit that happened. I was like, that shit wasn't documented. And I could have just
Hmm.
made up a story like 10 years later about this shit.
Right.
But there's no online evidence. I don't know. Nobody's writing this shit down, right? You can make
No
up
online
everything, especially like way
breadcrumbs.
back then.
Right.
Yeah. So
Who
like
knows?
that's like the problem with this story. I'm not saying it's not true, but the problem with the story is like there's no verifiable names, no location or institutions. There's no photographs of the original drawing that can be traced back to when they said it happened, like in the 1960s. I think I didn't mention that, but it did happen in 1960, supposedly to the story.
Hmm.
Like all it is, like the story didn't come till just recently, like online. Like the dates, the number of children, the detail, everything. I think all of it depends on the source that's talking about the story, especially if it's like Instagram or TikTok. They'll make up
Right, right.
something. They put it like on the main, the main picture. Oh, 37 children apparently drew like the same imaginary friend in the 1960s. What are the odds of that? Other than the internet, they send
Watch.
it to everybody's friend. I think Bob sent it to me, and I was like, okay, let me just look up this story. And I'm pretty sure like
Now,
a
there.
whole bunch of other people sent the story to a whole bunch of other people.
like a chain letter.
But yeah, like a big ass chain letter. And like, okay, who's gonna verify all the stuff? Because you cannot verify is because the story is not. This is not like a real solid story about kids drawing imaginary friends. What's up, Stu Jersey?
What's up, Stu Jersey, man? It could be one of them things. What if it's like you said it was in the '60s, man? So that could have been like some kind of another like MK Ultra cover up type thing.
Dude, you're so good.
It's one of those.
You're so good. One of those? It is. That's exactly what I think it is, dude. Because like, why it matters? Like 1962, right? This is like during like the Cold War era, right? So there was like Cold War paranoia. Everybody was like paranoid about the Cold War, right? So at this time in the 1960s, it was a rise in psychological experiments. They were doing this shit like deep down in the government, like the whole MK Ultra, like you mentioned earlier, like all that should fuel all the suspicion about them like dabbling into, kids having imaginary friends, or like the whole Stranger Things stuff, right? Kids with psychokinesis, whatever, they can tap into, the other realm. This was like a real thing. The whole MK Ultra project. They were testing
that's just like, it's been confirmed. Yeah, that was all like legit. They was like messing with people and whatnot. And it's Stu Jersey said like Mr. What's It too. So yeah, that's just like with Stranger Things, Mr. What's It.
Yeah.
I just recently finished watching Welcome to Derry on HBO Max, and like the show was based off of the It series. You know, the clown monster guy.
Yeah.
And so at the very end, kind of spoiler for anybody who ain't watched it, I guess, but there's a part where you realize that the government, because the town of Derry, Maine, is actually like they have like these 12 totems placed around the town, and the totems are what traps the entity known as It. Right? So it came from outer space, landed into Derry, and has been there for like millions of years. And anytime people get close to the entity, shit gets crazy, people get murdered, chaos always happens. But in order to contain it, this Native American tribe put all 12 of these animal totems that have like pieces of the shell that carried it to Earth, like almost like a prison shell he was in. It's like a turtle shell that he was trapped in. They took the piece of the turtle shell and they put him at 12 different locations to trap him in Derry. So like he can never leave Derry, Maine, ever. He will always be trapped there. And so, but if one of those pieces are moved, but it's all hell breaks loose. Like, so it's kind of like they try to contain him and like into like just Derry. That's what the Native Americans want. Native Americans like, hey, it's better that he just destroys Maine than all of America or the whole world, because he's like a god, like from outer space, like that just like devours worlds. And so the United States government and all of their geniusness was like, hey, we're gonna try to turn this into a weapon, because like it feeds off people's fears. It wakes up every 28 years. We can control a bomb, because this is like around like the Cold War and stuff. So everybody's like all paranoid about nukes. So it's like, hey, how about we control this monster? And of course, shit goes horribly wrong. So it's like I can see where like the government would, if this was like a legitimate story, would try to weaponize an imaginary creature to like fight like a war for them, or be something they could control. I don't think that's so far out the realm of like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that far out there no more.
Nah, man, they used to like read goats' minds and stuff. They did so much shit, man. Like they really
like
got weird.
Shit. Like the men who
talk to ghosts.
Yeah, with Mel Gibson, right?
George Clooney.
George Clooney, yeah.
Yes.
They kind of look the same. Yeah, the men who stare at goats. Like they said that shit was legit. Yes. It was real.
Yeah, true story.
Yeah, I want to watch it now.
Yeah, classic. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's a good movie.
Yeah, so like modern parallels to this story with the kids seeing imaginary people, like what we talked about earlier. One of it is the Hat Man, which happens during like, most of the times you see this, it's like during like a sleep paralysis phenomenon. Other people state seeing, they see shadow people sightings.
Shit.
You know what's the other crazy shit? Like, remember, I don't know if we ever did an episode, but it was about dreams where people, they said, hey, if you're having dreams and you see this face, like, please contact this number. They give you a phone number. Mm-hmm. It was like a dream program. And they put like a number like on like a, like a light post.
There's like a dream, a person that face that you've seen in your dream.
Yeah, it's like,
Like,
have you seen this face in your dream? If so, call this number. And then they did
oh,
like a dream like session for people that seen that face. Because I think the government was doing like a whole dream project. They're trying to see if
like
like
test.
people were actually getting connected like through dreams, like if the dream world was actually like a real reality that people like were actually going to the same place. Because they made this character up. They made that whole face up. They made this guy, and they're like, all right, let's see if we can put this into people's dreams.
Damn.
Yeah, like feed it into their dreams. So they did this experiment, right? And then they're like, all right, let's put this post out. And then, back then there was no internet. They just put on the light post. They're like, all right, if you see this face, call this number. So all the people that called the number, they took them into the lab and they studied everybody that saw like that same image. And then I don't know what happens after that.
It's
It's
like
probably some
American
weird
Idol.
ass shit.
It's like American Idol, but for MK Ultra. It's like
Yeah, they were doing so much shit back then. It's so crazy. Like it reminds me of that Netflix series. It's called the OA.
oh shit, yeah,
Almost
yeah,
like the
yeah. Oh
same
man,
shit, but it's like people who actually died. They put them into like an experiment where they actually died, and then they saw like what happens after death, and then they bring them back.
damn,
Yeah, and then
messed up.
dude, that show was it's so weird, man. Like super deep. Like they end up canceling that whole series.
Yeah, I remember. That was like early, not like that's like early Netflix. I feel like it's early Netflix now. Is when OA came out.
Yeah, I think they were onto something, and then they couldn't get like the funding to finish the whole series off.
Right. I'm still waiting for Three Body Planet. What's going on with this?
Yeah, that's wild, man. Let's
So
see. Okay, go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. Did you have some more stuff? Because I actually, I was gonna wait till you're done. I'll wait till you're done. Because actually, I asked ChatGPT like a question earlier. Because I was like, hey, is it healthy for kids to have like an imaginary friend? So I asked that. So I was gonna, but I'll explain that later because it's pretty good.
No, we can talk about that. Like, I think it is natural for a kid to have like imaginary friends, right? Because it helps build
Yeah.
character. Because like, let's say like you're a child, right? You're like the only child, and then all you have is like your parents, but your parents are like barely there. It's like who are you gonna talk to? So then like, let's say like you're lucky enough to come across an imaginary friend.
Right?
I would be happy as
I,
shit. If I was like the only kid, I was like, holy shit, I got an imaginary friend. I think that might be like one of the triggers for imaginary friends. Because maybe the reason why I didn't have an imaginary friend is because I have like how many? Was it 4 siblings? Let's see,
yeah,
Bob,
you got more than me,
Kelly.
man.
Yeah, I had like 4 siblings. You had to count that.
It's
Yeah,
plenty
so
of
I was
y'all.
like, I didn't need an imaginary friend. I got like, there's like 4 bullies right here. That's like,
It's like
I
I
didn't
got
need
them
nothing.
all.
It's like, yeah.
I had asked Chad, I was like, is there a psychological reason why children have imaginary friends? And then Chat was like, yes, there's a psychological reason, and it's usually a healthy one. It says imaginary friends are most common between ages 3 to 7, right when a child's brain is exploding with its language, imagination, and social learning. They aren't a sign of loneliness or mental illness. In most cases, they're tools that the brains use. And it says that the big psychological reason for this is that the number one like reason is that practicing social skills, because kids use imaginary friends to practice conversations, learn taking turns talking, rehearse emotions like anger, kindness, or apology. It's basically a social training simulator for the child's mind. Think of it as like the brain running practice mode before like being in multiplayer mode. So before you go out to the world and deal with real shitty people, your imaginary friends are like that first, like, all right, this is
Damn.
training mode. Let's go. Let's get your brain ready. And
That's
then
good, dude.
once you so yeah, that's dope, man. It's like wow, let's and this so they like from what I was learning from chat today is like it kind of really encourages it, like, hey, like if your kids got like imaginary friends, it's perfectly fine. Now, if there's a certain age like that it does need to end, that you should look out for. But for the most part, those things come and go. But it's just how they learn how to kind of build themselves up to be marketable for the world, I guess, because they talk about how this actually helps out with coping with stress, process fear, work through confusions. Because they said like a child might blame the imaginary friend for something they're afraid to admit, not lying, but like internalizing emotions that they don't even understand yet. So it's like, why you keep laughing at me, imaginary friend, but they don't understand why they hurt. Like, they got,
So they're
they
basically
got to
trying
blame
to say like
somebody.
they're crazy without saying they're crazy.
Yeah, until you get old enough, and then that shit's crazy. Like, kids can get away with being stuff like this, but if an
Yeah.
adult still act like this, it's weird.
I still see it, dude. That's like the crazy shit about that shit. Bob said Kelly was never there. Type shit. Stu Jersey says, I think babies can see stuff we can't, and we get older and we kind of remember and just make imaginary friends. Third eye still open until they get those shots. Talking about vaccines.
That's
Yeah. Dude, like not only just like shots, vaccines and stuff, I think we poison ourselves eating all like this crap that, we get from fast food restaurants or processed foods in the markets and stuff. Like I think we voluntarily block off all our third eyes from seeing like way more because we're actually being poisoned by, the market, the food market,
food
our
market,
grocery
big
stores,
pharma,
our restaurants, all of
having
them.
all these
They're poisoning us,
having
dude.
all these opioid crises, man. Like it is.
Yeah,
Man,
Ozempic, dude. Everybody jumping on Ozempic. You see, like,
oh,
if you see
epic.
somebody
Oh
like,
my.
if you see somebody like really skinny on the holidays, right? And like last year they weren't skinny, they're fat. Best believe they're on Ozempic.
I've been wanting to do an episode about Ozempic for a while now. I've been wanting to do one about Ozempic because I've always thought it was kind of like, that's kind of shady, man. What's tied to
Dude,
this miracle weight loss? It doesn't seem natural.
it's not natural. Like, it'll take the weight loss away, but at what cost? And then you'll see like the whole health crisis or what's happening. Because if you look at Bobby Lee, right? Bobby Lee's on Ozempic. This dude, he used to be like real chubby. Now he's like really skinny and he's all tiny. And I was like, what the hell, Bobby? What happened? Like, you're more funny when you were like more plus size.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Steve Jobs
now
says
like he's on Ozempic. He looks like skinny, but he looks like skinny fat.
Yeah, like I've seen that like somebody else I saw online who got like did the Ozempic thing, and it's like with a skinny fat, but it's like how do I explain that they still have a giant head. I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Dude, you're gonna be triggering like a whole nother set of people that watch
There's a
this show.
team.
Like the other 10,000 people that watch this show.
They use Ozempic.
Bob says because his face is still fat. Yes, exactly. Stu Jersey says someone much older than me said this kind of thing happened in the 80s with a different drug.
Believe it, man. That was the '80s. Was all about that Tybo and fucking workout like cult shit. It's like let's get fit at home.
Yeah, I think like the 80s. That's when cocaine came in the picture, right?
Big time. That's when they like that designer drug for like
Yeah,
Wall
yeah.
Street.
Cocaine came into the picture. Bob says most Asians look skinny fat. Okay.
I don't know how to answer that. I'm like, right on.
I mean, Bob is Asian. I mean, she see it, so I don't know. It might be true.
Also, like chat also mentioned too that another thing too is that what helps out a child to have an imaginary friend is because it actually helps them give them some type of control. So the other reason is like control in a world where they have none. I never thought about this because I'm not around kids.
That makes sense.
Kids have almost no real power. Adults make rules. Schedules aren't theirs. Choices are limited. An imaginary friend gives them control, agency, and a safe space where they set the rules. A sense of autonomy is a huge for developing confidence. So it'll be, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's been times I've punched my imaginary friends. Like I can't. I have no control as a child in this world. I'm getting punished all the time. Get my ass beat.
Damn.
So yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I
That
ain't grow
sound
up
like
in
real
abuse.
life.
I ain't grow up in an abusive household like that. I got my ass whipped on like on a regular for being bad. I got checked for real.
I think the last time my dad whooped my ass, I remember like jumping over at the couch, right? He had like the hanger, and he whooped my ass so hard, right? Like the hanger, it shattered in like a million pieces. I'm like, I've never seen plastic shattered like that. That mean he put his whole strength in that shit.
And
And
he
I
was too
was,
strong.
dude, I was like, this is gonna be the last time I get my ass whooped. And that was the last time. Cause I was like, why is my
Jeez.
dad doing all this shit? He chased me. I jumped over the couch. He fucking, dude, he
I
slammed that
never
shit
got the
down
clothes
like
hanger.
Thor. I was like, God damn. Whoosh. The fucking,
Like shockwave.
yeah, so the hanger shattered. I was like, that's crazy.
I never got the. I always got the belt, man. And then I remember like I had to be like maybe 14. And my dad tried to give me a whooping, and I was faking. I was like, ow, ow, ow. But I was actually trying to like act it out. But I was like, ow, ow. And he's like, all right, we're done. Like, just go to your room. You're grounded, and that's when the grounding started. Which was so much more worse, man. You look, ass whoopings, you get it beat. I used to go back outside on the streets, play with my friends. When they started creating the grounded shit, I'm like, damn, this is 2 weeks. This is like fucking prison.
Damn, I never got grounded because my parents, they didn't know about that.
Just like,
Bob says you must have jumped over his head. Nah, I jumped over the couch. It was at the house they're at now. Yeah, that was like the last time.
let's
And
check out.
I can't, I remember what happened, like me jumping over the couch, but I don't know why I got my ass beat the last time.
That was the last time.
Yeah,
That's
because
why
I
I
was
was so
like, I'm getting too old for this. Like, I shouldn't be jumping over the couch. No,
Bob
you
says,
weren't there, Bob. You weren't there.
I was about to say, was she there?
No, she weren't there. She was at a club or some shit. Come at me.
Doing cool stuff.
I don't know, but she wasn't at home. I was getting my ass whooped. Nobody was home.
No
Yeah,
witnesses.
I remember that shit. It was crazy. I was like, yeah. I was like, my dad's getting too old to be beating my ass right now. Like, I'm looking out for him now. I was like, you shouldn't be doing this. That's you raise your blood pressure. I was like, that's why I was like, all right, I gotta chill because I know you want to beat my ass right now, but you gotta chill, like for your health.
I feel your energy. Like,
Yeah, I was
calm
like,
down.
this ain't right. And then that's when I changed everything. I was like, okay, I can't be doing all this fucked up shit. I got to chill out. I can't be like Bob, I can't be like Bob or Kelly. Because they
can't
were
work
like
'em
the
up
black
like that.
sheep. They did all the fucked up shit.
No, man.
Drop that shit in the
Wow.
podcast. They did all the crazy shit, And then, the guys in the family, we sit back and we watch. We're like, damn.
Damn.
Yeah,
It must be nice.
Yeah, like, damn, we can't be doing like that. Like, I don't want to make my parents worry like that because they worried about them like crazy. Maybe they don't know it. Maybe they know it now. But my parents worried about them probably the most.
Why is that?
They
'Cause
didn't
you're the
worry
only
about
girl?
us because we're like fucking nerds and stuff. And like they worried about Bob and Kelly.
And they're the only girls too. Everybody was all
Yeah,
guys.
they
so
were
I
wild
can
and
kinda
shit. The guys weren't wild. Like we're like backseat watching everything. Like, oh shit. Like, goddamn.
get- playing Halo.
Yeah, but then we saw all the shit like
Damn,
from
Bob didn't
like
say no.
their end. Like we saw from like the Bob end and the Kelly end, and we're like, oh shit, this shit's crazy. Yeah,
Bob
it's
didn't say
different.
no. She said LOL.
Yeah, because you know it's real.
Lol.
She knows real. Like,
She's like, I plead the fifth. I'm not saying nothing.
yeah, that's wild. I'm gonna take
Now
a
she's
quick break. Then I got like 3 other little small stories about this.
Cool.
All right, you're back. All right, so other stories from around the world about these imaginary friends. You ever heard of shadow children?
No, that sounds creepy though.
Yeah, that sounds really creepy. So shadow children, they've been talked about in countries like Japan, Brazil, Eastern Europe. Kids report seeing small, dark childlike figures watching them or, just playing out of sight with a strikingly similar behavior description across all continents with these dark shadow being children's that kids were seeing in Japan, Brazil, and Eastern Europe.
Oh, that's everywhere. Oh, hell.
Yeah, I was like, damn, so they all see like the same shit all the time.
The shadow children on tour.
Yeah, you think like, yeah. You think it's like a whole collective consciousness. Everybody just tapped to that certain frequency.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah, it's like they're in the same server. Yeah, right. There you go. Yeah. So your head is like thinking the same shit.
Yeah, I get it. I'm with you. Like,
yeah.
They all on that same server, man. And then
yeah.
But it's only for them though. You have to be special to get on that server.
Yeah, it's only for them, like a certain amount of like people that can relate to that shit. I think that if you think about it in reality, right? It's like when a song comes up, like a very popular songs, like in the 90s would play, like only the people that grew up in the 90s would vibe to that.
Right.
Because there's that certain frequency, like boom, boom, and then everybody's on the same page. But then like the younger audience, they wouldn't know because they didn't grow up in that era.
At all.
So I think it's like this, kind of like the same shit. Like if you saw something like in your dreams, right? Then everybody else saw the same shit. Only the people that saw the same shit in your dreams, they would connect to you. And it'd be like, oh, I know what you're talking about.
I was there.
Shadow children, yeah, back in 1962, I saw that same shit, twin. You ain't lying. No one's going to believe us, Because it's not documented, right? This is all folklore. Like, this is story tales from the crypt. Like, everybody's just telling stories.
Man.
Because there's, okay, Bob said she saw muffin people and rock people. You see that? Like she just started something else. But this is like a dream she had recently. I remember in the text she even drew that shit out. She drew it I don't know if she drew it on an iPad or on her phone, but she drew the character she drew on her screen, and then she sent it to the group chat. And I was like, damn, I don't know anybody that drew the characters they saw in their dream. But she said it seemed so real. She had to draw it out and send it to us.
What did it look like? Was it like a muffin? Like
yeah, it looked like a little muffin man. And the other person, I thought it was like a zesty ass Venom. But she said it looked like the rock guy, the dude from Fantastic Four.
Oh, the Thing?
Yeah, like the Thing. I guess she saw them like in her dream. I guess it was that real. She had to show us right away.
Dang, what did the group say?
I don't know what the group said. Oh, the group chat?
Yeah, the group chat, yeah.
Marcus just said, damn. I was like, Bob said, buy less buffs and they got females too. What were we talking about?
Oh, we talking about her dream.
Oh, yeah.
You talking about her dream? Okay. Like a muffin man.
Her dream kind of threw off like a lot of this off.
Yeah, okay, so before the dream.
Yeah, I got the next one. Okay. Okay, so like the little people of Iceland in Ireland, children and adults independently describe the small humanoid living beings like and they're just out there in modern society, and everybody was witnessing like these small living beings out there in Ireland, little people in Ireland. Damn. And when you think of Ireland, right? Like you think of like, oh shit, magic people, like leprechauns. Yeah,
drunk people,
baby drunk people. But they're like, yeah, they describe these little humanoid beings out there,
chilling.
Yeah, just chilling out there. Blah, 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 blah. I got gold, blah, 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 blah.
It's all mine.
Yeah, and then my last one I got is the Black Anise. You heard about this in England?
What's it called?
The black anise.
Anise? No, I
Anise,
think it's
like
Angus.
Anis.
No, 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 I haven't. I thought it was like Black Angus. I was like a
Yeah,
burger?
I was gonna say black anus, but I don't think it's anus.
Nah, nah, it ain't no you.
Right. So, like, for centuries, like, children described a dark, long-armed figure lurking in homes, often matching features, even when a lot of the stories they try to explain it, then everything was all dissipated, and you know, like nobody really knows what this black anus looks like.
So nobody's never seen this thing.
They have, but there's like a whole bunch of different descriptions of it, to where like
Also, it's always changes.
yeah, like long arm figure lurking in homes. Like it's like they're describing like a slender man.
Damn.
And this is like in England.
Cheerio.
Yeah, I actually got another one. Never mind.
You got one more?
The Watchers of the Andes in South
Whoa.
America.
That sounds epic.
Yeah, so children in isolated villages reported a tall sided figure observing from the mountain ridges with drawings showing the same proportion in eyes. So basically, they saw like a giant walk around in the mountains.
Damn.
I don't think that was an
Nephilim.
imaginary friend. Like I think this was like a legit. They saw a giant walking in the mountains.
It's a big ass friend.
Yeah, and then a lot of kids out there in South America were saying that shit. Like, hey, we see somebody super tall walking around on the Andes Mountains. I can draw
Big
for
ass.
you guys. And then a bunch of kids drew it. I was like, oh, yeah. Good job, Billy.
Hey,
Like, you drew the same shit as Chris. We get
y'all
it.
just copying each other.
There's giants up there. And that's right. Like, he didn't record it with a camera. It's just all verbal, right? Just all word to mouth. I'm telling you a
Let me try.
story. This is exactly what happens. Like, nah. Where's the video at, Billy? Where's the video at? See, back then they didn't have videos.
Man, no, you had word of mouth, and it was hard to take people's
Yeah,
stories.
fucking ear notes.
Pretty much.
Cause I had a lot of ear notes like when we were growing up about like creepy ass shit. What is
Me
one
too,
of them,
man. I see
Bob?
some
Bob
rough
knows
shit.
about that shit. Like they made up a whole lot of shit when we were kids. There was like this one fucking book, right? The most scariest book you can rent out from the library, where they tell you like all the creepiest stories. I forgot what book it was, but you can only get
Chicken
it like from the,
Soup.
the, the book order from the fucking van that brought the books. But there's
Oh,
this one book that
last
had all the secret stories, all the scary stories. It was in this one book, and I don't think we ever got that book. But I think Bob knows about that.
I remember
Fucked
the
up the whole
Scholastic
childhood.
book.
I was like, damn, this book's so legendary, but nobody ever came across this legendary book.
It was that scary?
At that time,
Yeah,
like with no Netflix, no nothing, right? All you heard was
yeah.
stories. Bob said it was a white and black book, scary stories. White book more scary. Yeah, she's talking like an immigrant. She's like, white book more scary. White book more scary.
The hell? Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
But yeah, okay, so the last one, the last one I got, it's called The Man in the Red Coat, Soviet era. Children in different regions of the USSR describe the same red-coated figure appearing during illness or fever, documented quietly by doctors, but it was never published. You ever heard this? The Man in the Red
No, I
Coat.
am not. That was
Yeah,
in Russia, huh?
yeah, in Russia. So a lot of people that saw this, they're already on the verge of death. And they saw visions of this dude, this figure in the red coat. Yeah.
Would he save him?
No, they died.
Oh shit! I thought it was gonna be like the what's that one thing we have called like the second man, or like the one episode we did about like when you're about to die, then somebody comes along and like helps you, like, hey, come on, like, hey, I was like trapped under rubble, like the one guy was like, I was under all this rubble of like 9/11, and then like I felt this hand pull me up through the rubble, and I thought it was like a fireman, but it wasn't. When I looked up, there was nobody there, and then like somebody had grabbed me and pulled me out, like some mysterious being that just shows up to save people, like a guardian angel, if you will. That's
Right.
what I thought it was gonna go. I thought it was gonna go in that direction, but no, they just died. Never mind.
I mean, if it was a story like that, right? I don't think it would have been published.
Nah.
It just would have been in like the lore, like a made up story. But it could probably be true, and I would
Hey,
believe it
man.
too. I mean, come on, only the locals would believe like a real legit story like that because we didn't
Yeah,
live through it, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
like because we could have went through like some crazy shit, and we would tell the story, then nobody would believe it because they're like, they weren't there.
They,
They didn't fucking felt that shit.
right? They don't know us.
Yeah, change the radio station.
All right.
Yeah, so that's all I got for imaginary friends.
Cool.
What else we got? Chris Unholy.
Speaking of radio stations
Here we
and
go.
Russia, that's a nice segue. Russia's doomsday radio station just spoke again. And here's what that actually means. All right, man. So imagine this. Imagine turning on an old school radio signal that's been running nonstop since the Cold War. Most of the time, it's just buzzes and static over the radio. But every once in a while, this radio signal you listen to, it actually talks. You hear like a coded message that goes across it. And lately, this has been happening again in Russia, where people have been using radios, picking up a signal, and it's spitting out words again across static, and people in Russia are starting to get worried because this doomsday radio was originally used back during like the Cold War, and the radio station actually is a Russian shortwave radio station called UVB-76, better known as the Buzzer. It's been broadcasting since the late Soviet era, decades before the internet, smartphones, or social media. Normally, you can hear the steady buzzing sound. That's it. Hour after hour, day after day, year after year. But then the strange part happens where sometimes the buzzing stops and the voice comes over the radio. So basically, a defunct radio station that hasn't been in commission since 50 years now. Sometimes it comes on and it sends messages to people, and nobody's in this damn station. It's like a weird message, and it sends it like out in like an encoded message. It isn't just like actual words. It sends out like it says like it looks like send out a message that's like it'll be like a letter, then a number, and then a word, and then a number, and then a letter, and it's like all coded, and people are
Hmm.
hearing it, and then it goes away. And they're like, what? Like, is this supposed to be like trying to tell us like we're about to get nuked? Because that's some people are worried about. Like, hey, like, is this technology? Like, are they trying to let us know with this old technology that hey, there's about to be a nuclear war? Because you do that on the internet or anything advanced right now, the whole world's gonna pick up on it quick. So what if they like just letting their people know? That's what some people are wondering. Like, hey, are they trying to like let us know like fucking World War III is about to start? Because that was the original design of the radio station in the first place, was to warn locals that hey, take cover, you about to be annihilated if you don't run type shit.
You think like in today's society, like people will be prepared for that? Like if something were to hit like the fan
Hell
and everything
no.
get destroyed, like you think like the generations are gonna be like, all right, get our our hand radios so we can get like a frequency from the radio towers. Because you know the first shit
No.
that's gonna go down, right? Like if the whole shit get destroyed, is the whole fucking power grid.
Oh yeah.
That shit would
And it's
get
been
destroyed. Then the whole internet access to everybody, they'd be gone, right?
yeah, man. There's even like terrorist groups right now in America who like, and this has been happening a lot, but the news has been kind of like glossing over it. But there's been times where there's been like these white supremacist terrorist groups that have been trying to attack like power grids out here in America. Like they're like actively shooting at this shit so that when the power goes out on a town, this group can then like descend from wherever they're at and start killing people, and nobody can turn on no lights or see or anything or can't make phone. Yes, but this has been going on for years. Probably about like was it 2025? Like almost a decade now. They've been doing like it's been like not all the time, but it's like spotty little moments where like yeah, there's been another group this mysterious group they try to shoot at a power plant at a power station and try to shut off all the power in the town, but the cops never found them. But they saw bullets hitting the side of the generator, bullets that hit the fence, and bullets have hit everywhere, but they never caught. They have yet to catch these people. And this has been going on for like 10 years. And there's a group going around trying to start the next civil war, but they're trying to destroy power grids by doing it. And it's insane, man. It's insane.
Damn.
It's insane. Yeah, so power grids are very important. That's like, I don't mean to scare everybody with that story, but it just shows you how important power grids are to the structure of things.
You know the best way to disrupt the whole power grid? You know the best way?
EMP.
Right.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Drop like an atom bomb in the air, dude.
Oh.
And that will cause the whole EMP attack.
Yeah.
It would throw the whole grid out, dude. Type shit.
Yes.
You know? Like, no cap. Like, that's how you destroy the whole power grid.
That's the best way to do it. Because right now, but then again, like these.
But go ahead.
Oh, we might get fucking flagged. We might get flagged. But no, because like also too, like these white supremacist terrorist groups in America that are making these attempts, they ain't got no money to build no damn atom bombs. They're gonna just use the old fashioned gun, just try to take out a power like there's a fucking energy plant, I guess.
If you're trying to destroy like a whole economy, a whole system, I don't think money is the issue no more, dude. It's more of like the energy behind that. Like, hey, I really want to do this. If you really want to do that, dude, you can do that easily.
Anything.
That's what's scary about it, dude. Like a whole system is not even. We're not safe, man. Like they can easily like cut off all our powers instantly, and we have no access. We cannot post nothing. Then, I mean, what's your go-to, right? Drive to your parents' house because your parents has plants and they know how to survive in the wild. Because my parents do.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's where I'm driving. Yeah, because I know like I'm not gonna survive. Like second day, I'm fucked up.
I wouldn't know what to do if the shit was about to hit the fan. Like I live so far from my family. I don't know if like would it be dangerous to drive across. I'm not taking no damn plane if shit hits the fan. I'm not getting on no plane.
Yeah, not take a plane because they will take you somewhere else.
I'd be scared if like what if it's EMP blast. I'd be scared to get a plane. Like what if it's like dip out the sky? It'd be like a cross country journey across America back to good old Atlanta. But I'm not going downtown though, because there's a TV show I used to watch back in the day called Apocalypse Man. He would always tell people like, avoid cities. That's the worst place you want to be when shit hits the fan, man. That is one of the worst places on earth to be as in a city. So I would stay far away from Atlanta, but I would go back to Georgia though. Be closer to the people.
Yeah, go to Georgia and then avoid Atlanta.
Yeah, I do that shit anyways when I was living there. It's easy. This is another day for me.
Yeah.
Stay away from that crowded city. But so anyways, back on this shit. So what happened with this whole radio station, right? So recently the station suddenly broadcast multiple coded voice messages more than usual just a few days ago. There weren't sentences or announcements. There were strange words, names, numbers that was read out loud. Things that don't even make sense to regular listeners. That's when it set off alarm bells online. This is where like a lot of people online freaking the hell out because this station itself actually has like a reputation, and some people believe it's tied to Russia's military, possibly even emergency or nuclear communication systems. So when it's suddenly become more active, especially during global tension like we got going on right now, man, it seems like there's war all over the damn place right now on this globe, man. I was reading something yesterday about Cambodia and Thailand. I was like, God damn, like, this shit, bro. Wow, shit going on in the world. Like, everybody's kind of like tensed up right now. Yeah. And so this popping off the radio is like, oh my God, like, are we about to enter a World War III type scenario?
Dude.
So, right now, I'm sorry, what are you saying?
No, I was gonna like completely take you off a different topic, but go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, but so that's like, so I was just using that war as an example, and there's like other wars popping off, like in Africa right now, awful war going on over there. But so like wartime is starting to kick up right now, and America might be going to war with Venezuela. It's weird right now,
Damn.
but a lot of people, man, it's crazy. but a lot of global tensions are happening right now. So this radio station that's now blaring off all these messages, it's got a lot of people rushing like, oh shit, this is it, this is it. This is it. So a lot of people have been calling this radio station Doomsday Radio, which doesn't help at all. This made things a lot scarier for people.
Scary, yep.
Now, so when I say all that to say this though, just kind of like let's pump the brakes for a second though. There's actual no proof that this message means it's a war coming though at all in any way, shape, or form. So there's no proof that this is a nuclear countdown or anything, and there's no proof that the public is meant to understand these messages at all. So a lot of experts are saying that broadcast is mostly like routine military communications, a systems test, or coded messages meant for specific receivers that wasn't meant to the public. But a lot of like, but why it still matters right now though is that the bottom line is that there's a lot of people just kind of scared right now, I guess, and this radio station incident, which I think it is kind of a nothing burger to be honest. In my honest opinion, I think it is a nothing burger. There's so much shit. Like I watched a YouTube video, right? And it talked about doing like after World War II and during the Cold Era. If you look at like the Pacific, like out in the Pacific Ocean and all them islands out there where like America was setting up shop during the Cold War, when the Cold War was like after World War II and that when they was jumping around islands during Cold War, they left so much technology from the Cold War behind. And locals either wound up getting it or just wound up just sitting in a jungle somewhere. But they have like just, and the same thing goes for Russia. They just had shit that they just left there, and then just kind of like, okay, nobody's operating it. It's just junk because we're not running it no more. It's obsolete tech, and so I think people may just be tapping into like some old Cold War era tech that just kind of occasionally sends out some messages that don't even mean nothing anymore in like 2025. Like it literally has no relevancy to 2025. To whatever the message is. That's just my theory. I think it's just like a defunct bunker that is scaring the shit out of people though. Like, cause the world is a scary place right now, rightfully so. So, yeah, that's it. The Doomsday Radio Station. Shit got the man. People tripping over this.
I mean, is there anything we can do to prepare for anything else, like in the future? As far as now, like what do you think is gonna happen?
Like a nuke going off or something?
Yeah, like do you think something crazy is gonna happen? Like in our future, like if you would predict like, hey, what's going to happen in 2026? What would you think?
I don't know about a nuclear war or anything like that. That's very far. I think at the end of the day, no matter how evil people are in this world, most people don't want to see the shit blown up though. At some level, I think that's where the gauge is at. Like people are selfish, cruel, evil all day, every day. But at the end of the world, don't nobody wins if everybody dead. So because a lot of evil people want to make money. You can't make money off of fucking a blown up planet. So I think that's the threshold for some of these evil folks. But for the most part, I don't know. I think it's different. It's gonna be different in a lot of countries. I think America's about to hit some real hardship coming soon. I think there'll be massive job losses. Data farms. I think America's shifting into a new era, man. I feel like it is shifting into.
I think the whole world is shifting in a new era.
I think the whole world is actually shifting for real, though, man. Everything's kind of like for me, I've always realized this, right? When it comes to like when you leave another decade, like for example, in the 90s, right? If you look at footage from the early 2000s, especially like 9/11, it still looks like the 90s. The 2000s didn't start looking like the 2000s until like 2005, 2006. That's when it kind of like, okay, now this feels more like the 2000s now. I feel like this is the same thing with every decade where it doesn't really get its stride to like 5 years in. And I feel like, hey, now 2025, now America's going to start feeling like the damn 2020s now, because we kind of like, okay, we're edging out of 2010s, and now I feel like America's shifting to like, okay, this is the next gear that we are now as a country. Whether it's going to be good or bad, I don't know. It's flip a coin on this shit, but yeah, I feel like it is a massive shift though, because I can see it.
Yeah, I feel like we're at the edge of technology right now.
Yeah, AI is
like how high we can go, because right now, like basically everything is on AI.
Oh hell yeah!
AI is like, they're like the backpack for our technology being to the next level right now. It's all AI shit, dude. And you
All
can't
of
even
it.
deny that no more. AI,
No.
they're carrying the workload for what's gonna happen in the next 5 years.
Yeah, man.
I
Even with
think
some of
that's
the
like the scary part too, because it's just like holy shit, like AI is gonna be the one that's gonna carry like technology to the next 5 years on how we're
yeah.
gonna operate our shit. It's gonna be based off of AI. It's not
Oh,
organic
straight
no
up.
more. It's not from humans. Humans are gonna have no hands in this no more. AI, they
At all.
already calculated all that shit. And then the best thing that humans can do is comply and be like, okay, I'm okay with this because AI said it's going to be okay 20 years from now if I make this next move. As far as like you owning like a business or like being like a big company like Microsoft, Google, all those big players, right? They already calculate all this shit through AI.
Yeah.
They told AI
I
like,
know.
hey, if we do this, blah, 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 like what's going to happen in the next 10 years? And they
I've been seeing
already
like talk.
calculated all that shit, dude. That's why, like, I think this whole AI movement, I don't even know if it's like the movement. It's like it's the next revolution, like in humanity.
This is like a new. This is like even a fad. This is like something that's like
It's not
this
a
just here to
fad.
stay now.
Yeah, it.
This is just not going to come and go because a lot of like the amount of money these corporations are putting into AI right now, bruh, it's
It's
insane.
insane. Yeah,
Insane how much money they put into these damn corporations are like blowing billions and billions and billions for AI now. It is like this is here to stay. I mean, like I remember I came across a conversation last week on Reddit where people were talking about like, hey, like how would this country like fare if we had AI run the government? And I saw some people in the comments like, you know what, the way humans are in the government right now, I would be willing to take my chance with AI at this point because like they might try to create a I don't know, depending who's pulling the strings on the AI on the other end. If it's gonna be fair and biased, which is what AI is supposed to be in like at least from what I learned is that AI is supposed to be fair and biased like and not and supposed to only just give data and facts. If it sticks to that, then I mean, could it possibly run a solid government and look out for people and help us all? And can we all make it to the finish line if AI guides us? Like I don't. It's man, I don't know because humans are tripping, man. Humans, something wrong with us. Something
damn.
wrong.
I
That
was
was
gonna
like
say something too, but that shit blew out of my brain.
my bad, man. I ain't gonna say something wrong with humans. Most humans have no control over any of this shit. All of us are just like we're like man, we're like riding on a crazy bus on
Dude, they
four
got us.
flats
I
down a
think, dude,
hill.
they got us, dude. They got us. They got
Yeah,
too many people. They gave into this. That's why we're living in this right now. The whole AI era
beginning
is
of
happening right now.
the beginning of cyberpunk
Yeah,
era.
it's
Like this is
happening,
it,
dude. Like,
baby.
cause there's a lot of like fake footage, fake videos that look so real. You can't even tell no more, right?
Man, the internet was already a hard place for older people to navigate on. I'm talking like the boomer class. Like it was already harder for them to navigate
It was
on the
very hard.
internet. And now they have fucking AI videos. I'm like, bro, I was
Yeah,
like, y'all just made this shit
it
crazier.
went to the next level
Oh,
to where like you can barely tell like what's real and what's fake no more. I was like, damn, they fucking. This happened like within the last 5 years. It wasn't.
yeah, this is quick.
Yeah, that was super quick. It's like holy
Incredibly
shit!
quick.
Like they made that shit that strong, dude. Because they would
I
compare
know.
videos of like they would show like Will Smith eating spaghetti from like 10 years ago using
And they
AI,
showed it now, right?
and then they show like now. It's like holy shit! It looks like he's
Man,
eating fucking spaghetti in real life.
bro, I saw that like last week. I was like, wow, we've come so fast in such a short amount of time from
Just
that.
just
That,
ten
that feels like that
years,
was last
right?
year. I
Yeah,
swear that feels like that
and
was
then
last
like
year.
you imagine because technology is moving so fast. Like you think about it, like 5 years from now, like what is the tech 5 years from now as far as like AI technology?
Oh man,
How
I'm waiting
how
for the day
many
where
of our jobs would be so obsolete, especially like the automated jobs?
oh, dude, yeah, it's
Yeah,
done.
the only jobs that's gonna matter is manual labor jobs.
Holla, and I'm trying to be maintenance for AI. I'm trying to like, yo, I repair the robot overlords.
It's gonna be manual labor jobs like electricians, plumbers. What
Yep.
else? Garbage disposal guys collecting. Like it's all manual labor stuff.
Hell yeah, construction workers, 'cause they ain't got
Construction
the
workers, stuff like
they don't have the
actually
bodies.
like building shit like on site, like all that other shit
until
gone. Like
like 20,
accounting gone. All that
all that shit's gone, man. Especially when a computer can do it so much faster.
website
It
building.
doesn't
Get out of here.
it doesn't get sick. It don't get pregnant. It
Right.
don't complain. It don't get days off.
Artists,
don't get married.
get out of here. Like they fucking
get
shit
outta
on the
here.
whole artist industry, dude.
Quick too. That was one of the first things to
Super
go out.
quick. Like if you do 3D designing, clock out.
Man, you got
Because
competition.
they can they can model a whole cube instantly.
Man,
Make that shit
I'm
look
telling you about
fancy, like in a million different ways. And you cannot do that because you're a human. You do
It's
not
only a
have
ma-
that much time to do all that.
It's only a matter of time before the AIs realize, like, you know what? How about we build ourselves a body? They're just like, now we don't need construction workers anymore because we just get upgrades.
Yeah, it's gonna be all entertainment, man. It's
I
like
can lift I beams.
imagine like starting like a fight with AI, right? Like on a chat line, you're beefing on the chat, and then they're like, "All right, this AI, he got a body now.
He's showing
Now
up.
you can fight him now." This is where you show like,
actually
all right, human
cool.
versus the AI body, right?
Man,
For the
synthetic.
welterweight championship of the world, you get to fight
Get
a
this
bot,
weigh in.
same weight class as you.
Go ahead, get this weigh in.
You can fight the dude in the chat, which is the
just
AI
built the
body.
body.
Like, I want to fight the dude in the chat. That's gonna be like the name of the whole channel.
Right?
Yeah,
That's the whole like
fight the dude in the chat. Dude, that could be a whole thing because that's not even like that's untouched right now, right? Nobody's
Man.
fighting people in the chat. Like realistically, nobody's fighting nobody in the chat, right? So
Yeah.
if you make something to be like, all right, I can fight people in the chat now, to where nobody gets in
go.
trouble.
Let's get it.
Run that shit.
Smash
That's a whole new business, dude. Like that's like the next
Right.
5 years.
Man, that'd be the replacement for homeless fights, the bum fights. That'd be like the
Yeah,
new
that's like the whole
the next
replacement for
level
that, dude.
of bum fights.
Yeah.
That's early internet.
If it's successful,
Early-
there's gonna be no homeless people.
Nah, man, there's gonna be people working 9 to 5s.
Yeah. Or like they could get famous from these fights and stuff. They don't have to work no more.
And they still have to keep their same like YouTube name or some shit, whatever fucking name they got. That's gonna be their name in the fight.
Yeah, that's wild.
The future, everybody. The future.
What else we got? Chris and Holy?
That's all I got. I can save a story for next week.
I think we're good, right?
Let's see, hour 33.
We gonna take like 10
Actually-
minutes off, yeah.
Actually, I do have a funny story right quick. I can say that's a very quick story.
Run it, let's go.
All right, so I have a very short story. I took a screenshot of it. I didn't get a chance to even post. I just saw it like the last minute before I got on the show. So it says, "Man, 86 fined over $300 for littering because he spit out a leaf that blew into his mouth."
What?
I hate humans. I hate humans. It says Roy Marsh ended up paying a lesser amount after the fee was later reduced on an appeal, right? So here's the whole story. So Roy Marsh, 86 of Lincolnshire, England, across the pond from us, earlier this year when he spit out a leaf that blew into his mouth, leading to a fine. Man, I hate cops, man. Says, as if I was like, so this is what Roy Marsh says. Says, as I was sitting there, a gale blew a big reed into my mouth. He recalled to the BBC because he's doing an interview with the BBC. But he talks about the leaf flew into his mouth and he said he spat it out. And just as I got to walk away, 2 law enforcement officers came up to me. Marsh told the outlet that one of the officers told him that they saw him spitting on the floor, which led to the elderly man calling the local enforcer a silly boy. And it was unnecessary, and all of this was out of proportion, which is what Marsh said when the cops started, like, writing his ass a ticket. But yeah, it says Marsh ended up receiving a fine of $334, though it was later reduced to $200, which is still outrageous. And the man paid the later part. So after it got reduced, he paid $210 because he spit a leaf out of his mouth that flew into his mouth.
Damn.
See, this is what happens when cops get bored, man. That's what they get fucking weird. What are you doing? It's spitting out a leaf out of your mouth.
Yeah, that's wild.
Fuck them motherfuckers. But yeah, that's it. That's my short story. That story's ridiculous. I saw it right before the show. I was like, what? I would have fought them cops in the park. In front of everyone.
Fought them cops. Colorado.
Them cops don't even carry guns. Look, them cops don't even carry blickies anyway in England. They got like sticks. I'd have worked them. Hit them with a bench.
All right, guys. Is that it for this?
That's it.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll catch you guys next week. Will be the last episode for the whole year.
Yeah, man. I just realized Christmas is next week. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, it came so fast. So, yeah, let's just do that last episode for the whole year. And then, yeah. So next week will be like our Christmas episode.
Yes.
So
I do have some Christmas stories too. Some crazy Christmas stories.
There you go. We're already loaded. Bob says Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you too, Bob.
So we'll see everybody next week for the Christmas week. Peace out. Adios.
See you guys.